Hi there, Internet. My name's Court, coming at you live from the After Dark Film Festival in Toronto, and you've got courtside seats for my review of Mayhem. Let's do it. Mayhem is a horror comedy film from director Joe Lynch and stars Steven Yuen, Samara Weaving, Stephen Brand, Carolyn Chikezie, and Dallas Roberts. Derek Cho, a corporate middle management employee, is framed by a coworker and wrongfully fired on the same day that an airborne virus breaks out in his corporate law office. Trapped in the quarantine building, he must fight for not only his job, but for his life. Now, like I said, I got to see this last night at the After Dark Film Festival in Toronto, and I gotta say, I really liked it, but a bit more on the premise. So right from the very beginning, we find out that there's this virus that's gotten out, and basically, like the virus in 28 Days Later, it makes you all id. So whatever, if you're turned on, you'll drop and have sex in front of everybody. If you're angry, you'll just go crazy and kill people, so on and so forth. And shortly before the start of the movie, there was a case where a guy killed his coworker, but got off scot-free because he was infected with this virus, and therefore it sets a legal precedent. So right when the movie begins, Steven Yeun's character gets fired, and as he's being escorted out of the building, a SWAT team shows up and quarantines the building because somehow the virus got into the ventilation system. And the CDC have put the antibodies or whatever, the cure, into the ventilation system, but it's gonna take like 8 hours for it to take effect and everyone to become normal again. So Steven Yeun's character basically says, well, okay, so I have 8 hours to kill my boss and get away with it. And that's your basic premise. And this movie has elements of a lot of different films. A lot of it is very much like the Belko experiment, which I haven't seen, but I know the premise of. Obviously, you get some 28 Days Later in there. Again, I haven't seen The Raid. I know. But kind of fighting your way to the top of this building. And then, of course, there's a lot of office space in this movie, because this movie is, while it is very bloody and horrific, it's a really funny flick. It's a lot of stick it to the man kind of stuff, and I enjoyed it very much on that level. Like I said, it is a very bloody film, but it is tons of fun. There is some very cheesy dialogue, and it's all kind of very expository at times, but at the same time, this movie does have a B-movie flavor, so that can easily be forgiven once you're just along for the ride. Now, I don't watch The Walking Dead. I really just know Steven Yuen from like all the bits he does with Conan O'Brien because they're hilarious. I guess they're buddies. But he's really good in this flick. He's great at showing this guy who's like impotent at work and then finally releasing that rage, and it really comes off well. He's fun, he's got like an everyman kind of vibe. We can all empathize with his situation at work. Samara Weaving, who I didn't know before this movie, plays Melanie, who early in the film comes to the company to kind of dispute a foreclosure or something, and she gets shot down. And then she and Derek sort of team up. She's great. She's tons of fun. She kicks all kinds of ass. I kind of feel like the director was like, get me Margot Robbie. Sir, we can't afford Margot Robbie. Well then get me a Margot Robbie type. Can do. She really does look a lot like Margot Robbie and sounds like her too. And even the character that she plays has a bit of that like Harley Quinn gleeful at the anarchy thing going on. She's tons of fun to watch. Everybody else in the movie does a really good job, but they're the two main characters and the ones I really wanted to talk about. The pacing in this film is not perfect. The film does start off kind of slow, but once it picks up, the pacing is at a breakneck speed. And the movie's only about 90 minutes, so once it really gets going, you're just in it for the ride. I'll also say, and this is a little thing, but little things for me tend to go a long way. The title card at the beginning of the movie, we kind of get a cold open, and I won't spoil what they do, but when we see the title card that says Mayhem, they do something really cool with it that absolutely fit the vibe of the movie, really sets you up for what you're in for. The movie had a video game feel to it. I think maybe it was Fallout New Vegas, where you go around like crafting your own weapons and putting stuff together to make weapons. There's a lot of stuff like that, and I think they should make a video game out of this movie, and I would play the out of it. Like I said, it is a really bloody film, but from the trailer, I got the impression that it was going to be somewhere closer to torture porn or body horror. It's not that. There's a lot of blood, but there's not a lot of gore, which is good because I'm not a huge fan of those things. So Mayhem, is it a great film? No. But is it a fun-ass ride? Oh, damn straight. I really enjoyed it. Now, I don't have a proprietary rating system as of yet, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to give Mayhem, and I think I'm going to give Mayhem a...
Those are freckles. Those stay on. Those aren't supposed to come off. Steven, it's not funny. It really hurts.
I told you, it sucks.
Oh! Oh! Mother!
out of 10. Now I want to know, have you seen Mayhem? Maybe not. I don't think it has a wide release yet. It's just doing the festival circuit. Are you looking forward to it? What's your favorite horror comedy of all time? I would probably have to say An American Werewolf in London, but that's me. Whatever your thoughts, hit the comments below. Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this review, please smash that like button and give it a share if you really enjoyed it. And hey, why not take a second to subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews, entertainment news, trailer reactions, all that good stuff. You can do so by clicking the Courtshake logo at the bottom right of your screen. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.